Good morning, everyone. It's a glorious day out here, and I've just picked off probably about 50 potato bugs. And generally, I don't like to use chemicals on my gardens, but this year has been so bad on the potatoes, and I'm not going to let them eat up my harvest. So I sprinkled it with some dust, and I cannot stress enough when you use that, even if you're not using your hands to spread it, which I did not, make sure you wash your hands completely. And the instructions recommend you get on top of the leaves, under the leaves, and I was extremely careful not to get the flowers. So there's a tip. And I noticed, now I had never witnessed this before, but what I noticed is the potato beetles were eating on the flower. So that was something new to me. I'm sure it's something they do, but I did not know that. So I'm going to go water my other flowers and, or my other gardens, gardens, yeah. And I'll talk to you in a little bit. If you're growing potatoes, most likely you're going to have these and these. Yeah, I'm going to show you what they can do. That's what they do. They decimate your potatoes. So I'm at war now. It's war. They're starting to bloom, and you know what that means. So they're all starting to bloom, and that means pretty soon we're going to be harvesting potatoes. So awesome. All right, I've got the garden dusted. Oh, and I see another bug. I'm going to get it. We'll see how well this works. I don't know if I ever showed you my lemon trees I've grown from organic seeds. This one lost all its leaves, and I fertilized it, and it's coming back. And then I have elderberries in the pot. These will be going to homesteaders. There's my bandit. There's the bear. They just woke up from a nap. And this is super exciting. All my elderberries on the side of the garage are starting to flower. And they're getting so big. I mean, they're huge. So I'm going to have a lot of elderberries. That's super cool. And then I have these weeds. But boy, they produce the prettiest little flower. And check this out. My blackberries are blooming. And there's a butterfly over there. Just drinking away. This is the first year they've really ever bloomed, and we're hoping for some blackberries this year. One is was already here. I think it's a thorn, and then I planted a thornless. So yeah, that's exciting. And this big looked like it died. Sammy wants to say hi. She's just talking away. Anyway, back to the figs. I thought it died, and it is coming back so nicely. I had to prune it down, but it's coming back, and that's exciting. And next week, we get our meat birds. So we have the meat bird tractor out, and we put a door on it so we can put the electric fence around it and let them get grass and seed out of the fenced area so they're not all bound up in that tractor. I hate that they were, they can sit in their poop and stuff, and it's just nasty. And I don't want my animals to sit in their poop. These are my 4 o'clocks. This is calendula and, who knows what else I put in there. I probably put a marker in. I know it's calendula because I put that marker in. And it's the first year I've grown it, so I'm excited to see what happens with it. But I can't wait to see my 4 o'clocks bloom again. And then over there are my other elderberries and my apple trees. Way back there, past the sunflowers, is our pear tree. But we need more fruit trees. And I sort of procrastinated, so I don't know. But all along this fence line, I planted more 4 o'clocks. And hopefully they'll come up and grow, and I'll have this whole fence line lined with beautiful, beautiful flowers. Check that out. An apple. So cool. Here's another one. These are golden delicious apples. Super cool. Let's go see if we have any pears. Well, before we do. So I planted corn, and it wasn't coming up. So I planted more. So guess what I'm going to have to do? I'm going probably to have to thin this out. This year, I'm really excited about these. These are red green beans, and they're doing so well. There's my little grass jungle over there, but I have okra growing and jalapenos and peppers. There's the sunflowers. Everything's doing good. And this grapevine, I thought was dead too. Yeah. So we have our tomato plants stringed up. I pruned them. And these are all Amish paste. But this is our fish tomatoes. They are doing so lovely. Really looking healthy. Oh, got a wasp. All right, let's go look at the pears. No pears yet. No pears. It did bloom. So, hopefully, we'll get some pears on this tree. We had a few last year. They weren't very big though. But even though they weren't big, they were really good. Yep. So there you have it. Now my garlic's doing great. So it's starting to get its little curlicues. There's some more. And here's my other ones. So when these are harvested, I will take the bulbils and replant those. And then there's my poke salad that grows wild in my garden every year. But it's so good. You have to eat it before it flowers, though. but it's really good. So you boil it, drain it, boil it, drain it, boil it, drain it, and then you can eat it like a spinach, but it's super good.